So.
Almost got it.
Almost got it.
Come on, hurry up.
We made
No,
it.
turn back down.
False one.
All right, quiet. Surprise!
He says, hey, Grandpa, he says, can you make a noise like a frog? And I says, probably. Why? He said, well, Nana said, when you croak, we're all going to go to Hawaii. Joe and Marilyn, I'd like to call on you two to come up here. Joe's got a little bit of something, but while he's on his way up here, my wife had one job when, after the kids grew up and they all moved away. She went to work at Kmart, and she was a cashier. Oh, Gold Circle, I'm sorry, Gold Circle. I lied again. So she worked about 3 weeks, and one day I came home from work, and she's crying. She says, I quit my job. I says, why? She says, well, you know how you got to be real nice to everybody when they come up to the checkout? And there were 3 people in line, and the 4th guy was an old man, maybe about 75, 80 years old. And she had a lot of trouble with these 3 girls. Their tags were on the wrong, they didn't have the right tags on them, and she had to call the manager back every time. So when it came to the guy, you know, you got to be real cheerful. She says, good evening, sir. How are you? He says, shut up, you dumb bitch, and ring me up. I said, well, maybe he knew you. What are you upset about? All right, I want to introduce, here comes the dawn. I want to introduce my brother Joe and Marilyn.
Mary Lee, this is your 60th birthday. It's a very important occasion, and for that reason, you deserve a testimonial. So, we all know that you got married at an early age and started raising a family, and you didn't have time to go to college. So we got a college degree for you. It's not from Ohio State or Cleveland State, it's from the College of Hard Knocks. On the nomination of the faculty, hereby confer upon Mary Lee Mangano the degree of Master of Family Affairs, together with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining here, and in witness whereof, this diploma is granted bearing the seal of the college and the signatures of its representatives. It's given in Cleveland and the state of Ohio on the 14th of February, 1998. So this is your certificate.
We also felt that she should have some kind of a testimonial that states that she is an outstanding woman of America. This is to certify that Mary Lee Mangano has been selected to appear in the 1998 edition of Outstanding Women of America in recognition of her outstanding accomplishments and services. Number 1, excellent raising of 4 beautiful children, Bill, Tina, Anthony, and Rosalie. Superior support of her husband Tony for the past 44 years. Number 3, loyal support of activities of the YMCA, including youth children's swimming classes. And number 4, sincere interest in the health and well-being of her family and many friends. Congratulations.
And we all know that you're a great Cleveland Indians fan, so we have another citation. And this is titled Outstanding Fan of the Cleveland Indians Baseball Team, Mary Lee Mangano, resident of the community of Seven Hills, Ohio, is hereby nominated to the status of Outstanding Supporter of the Cleveland Indians by 1. Never missing a televised game in her family room, wearing the Cleveland Indians sweatshirt whenever possible, veneration of the team colors, and dedication to the team logo, Chief Wahoo. In recognition whereof this certificate is bestowed, and Jacobs Field is renamed Mary Lee Field. Signed, Mike Hargrove.
Thank you very much, Joe Garvin. Yeah, we've been married 44 years. And you know, I've been in love with the same woman for 44 years. And when my wife finds out about it, she's going to have a shit fit. But before I call my sons up here to say a few words, I found this in a book. I don't know who the author is, but it says the golden years have come at last. And it goes like this. I cannot see, I cannot pee, I cannot chew, I cannot screw. My hearing stinks, my memory shrinks, no sense of smell, I look like hell. The golden years have come at last. The golden years can kiss my... I want to introduce now my son Bill Mangano. He wants to say a few words. Oh, I meant to tell you guys, before, I never told anybody this, but before I got married, I had a vasectomy. So you bastards can say whatever you want.
You know, when my dad told me, because I was going to talk about how my mother raised me. Well, I thought I had my dad's genes in me too, but since I don't. My mother raised me to be a very loving, well, I try to be a loving father. Baldy, yeah. Well, that's Grandpa that raised me to be like that. I'm going to tell some of the stories about you, Ma, from me growing up. Like, do you remember the time the school called you up? I was caught drinking in the bathroom at school.
That was me.
Oh, wait, yeah, that was my brother. Okay,
They didn't catch you.
how about the time when the cops came over because I stole that wood and built that fort in the fort in the woods?
That was me.
That was you, son of a gun. Ma, I was a good kid, huh? A couple of things I remember from my mother. Her cooking her hot peppers in the living room or in the kitchen. Yeah, I was in the living room. She's in the kitchen cooking and the stuff stinks so bad my eyes are burning. You know, I watch my mother eat it and she starts turning red, tears running out of her eyes and starts choking and she goes, "Damn, that's good." And I never knew, I thought my mom was kind of sick or something until I had the guts to try hot peppers. And now it's me in the kitchen cooking them up with my tears running down my eyes. Now, Ma, do you remember the last time you beat me with a belt? Do you remember what it was I did? Because I thought, what did I do?
You laughed.
Oh, no, okay. Well, no, why were you beating me with the belt?
Before that.
Anyways, you know, my mom's about maybe 8 high on me. I'm maybe 16, Mom, 17, maybe 19. And she's whipping me at me with this belt, and I'm watching this little girl hitting me. Well, this little woman. And I'm thinking, wow, that kind of hurts. And I start smiling, and I start laughing. The more I laugh, the more pissed off my mom's getting. She's hitting me harder. The harder she's hitting me, the funnier it looks, this little woman beating me. The next thing I know, like, I'm down on the ground like this, covering my face. I fell down laughing. And she finally got mad, threw the strap at me, and never beat me again. Another thing is, I was kind of I wasn't a bad kid, but I used to like not coming home at night when I was a teenager. My mom used to, "Billy, where were you?" Shit, I can't lie to my mom. But I can't tell her the truth. She's like, "Mom, I was out playing cards." About a year went by. "Where were you?" "I was playing cards. I was playing cards." Finally, she says, you know, one day I got sick of lying to her. I got sick of her asking me. She says, "Where were you?" I says, "Mom, I met a girl and just didn't come home." And the last time my mother ever asked me, "Where were you?" Mom, I appreciate everything you've done for me. I love you very much. I hope I show it to you. Happy birthday and many, many more. Love you.
Thank you, Bill. Before I introduce my other son, Anthony, My wife is pretty smart. When she watches TV, and you watch Wheel of Fortune, all you got to do is just give the first letter, and she's got the rest of the answer.
I know that.
But anyways, I asked her one day, I says, "Hon, what do you think about breast reduction?" She says, "Well," she says, "I think every woman should have 2 of them." That's the part you're supposed to laugh at. All right, I want to introduce my son, Tony.
If you ever got a problem, you don't need to call Dr. Laura. Here's what you do. Okay? Hey, Ma. I got ran over by a car. Where? What, was it in the street? What? It was in my driveway, Ma. My driveway. Are you okay? Well, I don't know, Ma. Well, how did this happen? Michelle was going to the store to buy cigarettes. So you gotta understand one thing now. When if you have a sore back, if somebody hits you in the head or in the foot, and your back hurts, you're going down. So the neighbors are out there and they're looking. They see Bill standing up, and they see the car back out, and then all of a sudden they see Bill laying on the ground. So that's what Mom is for. If you ever got a problem, call Mom.
Dr. Mom.
Yeah, Dr. Mom.
Yeah,
But
recommended by Dr. Mom.
I think that we've been pretty good to Mom. That she's lucky that we were raised in the times where discipline was very important. That when you discipline your kids, they listen to you. Usually Mom couldn't handle the belt, so she said, "Wait till your father gets home. You wait till your father gets home." Then she said, "You wait. One day you're going to have a little boy and he's going to be just like you, just like you." You know, those days were the psychedelic days. And Mom would be waiting for us. When we got home at 2, 3 in the morning, you just hope that them lights were out and they're in bed.
Yeah, but how many times did that happen, though?
You know, and usually Dad would be sleeping on the couch,
Yeah.
and Ma was up. I don't know what kind of show. They didn't have cable back then. She's up there, and when you walked in the house, and she got up and looked at you, her eyes, she didn't have glasses at the time, but she looked at you like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Where have you been all night?" But that, nowadays our kids are different. Like, what my mom used to call me, Anthony, come up, it's time to eat dinner. Okay, Mom, I'm coming. You better come. All right? When you come, you're called, right?
That's right.
Now it's like our kids. Okay? Anthony, it's time to eat. Fuck you, Mom. I'm not hungry. I don't want to mention any names. Bring my food to me. Bring my food over here. Put it on the floor. When I'm done eating it, I'll put the empty dishes over there. You come and get it. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? And she did. Now why couldn't we do this?
The cat would beat her ass, that's what.
Well, thanks for giving us the gift of music, for pushing music in our lives. We try to do that on our kids too. It doesn't work all the time. But I'm not talking about you. You're doing a good job. And musicians, right, Uncle Roro? Keep the music going. Like Uncle Roro told us, it's a gift that nobody can take away from you. And thank you for helping us and pushing us. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Our next guest speaker is Marilee's father,
Oh, okay, good.
one of the finest men I've known, one of the finest musicians I've known, and the best father-in-law I've known. Thank you. I want to introduce Romeo Fashion, star of stage, screen, radio, and television.
Throughout the years, as a musician, I have faced hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people while I was on television or traveling around the table for you beautiful people, yet I'm supposed to come up here and make a speech, and I'm almost at a loss for words. Every time we go to Kaiser's, we usually stop at, what is the restaurant, Mary? Hong Kong, or one of
Old
those.
Country Buffet.
And my beloved Mary Lee is always by her side. And I had the pleasure of telling her just 2 weeks ago, Mary can verify it. When I married my wife said, well, you know, I have a family. When I met Mary Lee and found out what a beloved woman she was, I said, I have only one regret. I wish there were 3 more of you. Mary Lee, we love you, and I'm going to speak for everybody in this world. I know everybody loves you. You're a beautiful woman, a good woman, a generous woman, a kind woman, and words that are maybe not even in the dictionary. We love you, your dad loves you, you'll always be my daughter. My wife loves you, your mother, and my 2 other daughters, all the grandkids, all you beloved people. I'm sure that everyone, I bet $1,000 that they all love you. You're a wonderful person. We love you, and I love you especially. Thank you.
Thank you, Romeo. You know, the way I met my wife, and this is a true story, I was playing...
That goes for my son-in-law, too.
Thank you, Will. But years ago, when I was a teenager, I played guitar, but I didn't play good. And I still don't play good, but that's no reflection on Romeo. But I wanted to take guitar lessons to get a little more experience and better myself musically. So I knew that I've known Romeo all my life. His family lived across the street from my family. But I heard he was in town and he was giving lessons at home. So I went over his house, and this is how I got to meet my wife. I never met my wife before. But he was charging me $3 a lesson. And I figured, hell, if I marry his daughter, I can get lessons for free. But anyways, now whenever I walk by my guitar and it's in the house, I always get No, that's true. That's a true story. That's how I met my wife. And when I saw her, it was love at first sight. It really was. I looked at her and I said, you know, that's the kind of girl I'd like to marry. And lo and behold, my luck ran out. And anyways, I want to introduce. Marilee's got 2 sisters, Roanne and Nita. Roanne just flew in from Indiana. Are your arms tired, Roanne? All right, I'm going to introduce Roanne. Come on up, Roanne.
Marilee, I don't want to get mushy or anything, so I'm going to tell something bad about you. When we were kids, you used to break all our Barbie dolls. No, seriously, by the time I was born, if you didn't know this, Marilee was already married about a month. And then Anita was born a year later, so she was married before we were born, but she was the most wonderful sister in that. You know how at Christmas time when your parents are giving you socks and coats and horrible things like that, Mary always brought us the Barbie dolls.
The ones that she broke?
No, she always brought us the beautiful gifts that, you know, you want, but your parents think you need the coat and the socks. And she was a wonderful sister from the time we were little girls. And I wanted to tell you, I still have my watch from 1969 that you bought for me. And it was engraved on the back. And she was the most wonderful sister, and we'd go and spend the night there. And it was such a treat for us to do that because we always had such fun. And I want to thank you, too, for having kids when we were born, because we grew up and played with them. And of course, they're just like our brothers and sisters. And thank you, Marilyn. You're wonderful. I love you. And Anita does, too.
Nita, do you want to say a few words?
I love you.
Check in.
And I'm always telling you how smart my wife is. One day I took her to the basketball game. Went to see the Cavs. So they threw this one guy out of the game on a technical foul. And she says, what the heck's a technical foul? I says, did you see that one guy kick the other guy in the technicals? But anyways, we have some very good friends and neighbors, and Angie's been like a sister to my wife. They're closer than two peas in a pie. I want to introduce Angie Eubank. Angie, can you come up and say a few words?
Now you're going to get it.
Well, Mary is a really very good person and a very good friend and neighbor, and would do anything for you. She's almost, well, my husband calls her God. She's not calling goes, are you talking to God? I didn't, this is true. You know, when I told her this here, he was mad at me for a good week. What'd you tell her? I told her now. Well, you know, because whenever there's something that happens in the house, I say, Mary, what should I do, or what's good for her? And she tells me, and she gives me good information. Also, if I ever have a problem, a medical problem, I ask her, and she gives me good information. She says, be a doctor. But no, she's really a very good person. I'm so fortunate to have her for a friend. And I love her, just like everybody else loves her. That's all.
Thank you, Angie. I have another friend I want to introduce. I call him Buddy Sam. I've known, most everybody here knows everybody, but everybody knows that I belong to the Vagabond Club, and I've known all these guys for over 60 years. Some guys longer, like the Salvucci brothers. I've known them since they were born. But anyways, I want to introduce my buddy Sam. He wants to say a few words. Sam Martika. Sam was the lead singer and the drummer in the band that we had formed. We call ourselves Romans. But I think we played together for many, many years.
We don't want to count the years.
Anthony says say a few words. That's it, okay? Let me just say that I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate your birthday with you, Marilee. And on behalf of my wife and I, and I'm sure all the members of our club, we wish you many, many more in good health. But before I leave you, I just want to go back a little ways. We go back a few years. I remember back in 1954, Anthony says, you know, he said, I met a nice girl. He said, I think I'm going to get married. I thought, oh, Jesus Christ, Aunt, don't do that. Then we'll all have to do it. But he went and did it anyway. So when they came back from their honeymoon, my wife and I decided we were going to go up and pay a visit. So we went to the apartment, opened the door, and started up the stairs to the second floor. Man, what an aroma I smelled. told my wife, I said, you know what? Anthony hit the jackpot. He's got a wife that can bake. So we get upstairs. Nothing's cooking up there. Here we find out they're living on top of the bakery. Bonus Bakery on 143rd. But even at that, Mary Lee did manage to whip something up and make us comfortable like they always do whenever you go to their house. And whichever one of you, Billy or Anthony, said about you were wondering what your mother was watching at that time when you came home and all there was TV. It was a test pattern. You remember that? That's what she was looking for. Mary Lee, once again, many, many happy returns, many good years of good life. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. I have another friend that I met through camping. Most all you guys know that I go camping quite often. And I've got a friend, Dan, really nice guy. If ever you want to go camping, he's the guy to go camping with. You have more fun with this guy. He's got a fun for everything. And he took us on a cruise with them to Alaska. And our friend Judy there, we went on a Bahama cruise with her and her late husband Roger. And they were fantastic friends. They still are. But I want to introduce Dan Monroe. Would you come up here, Dan, and say a few words? Still rolling.
I have to say that I'm not as fortunate as most of the people here. I haven't known Mary that long, but I have known her long enough to know that she's not getting older, she's getting better. It was at a camp club meeting just this past week that perhaps I heard one of her funniest lines. Tony was bragging about the fact that he was adding to his magician act that he's going to be a ventriloquist. And my wife was urging him to show off and to do that, and she was trying to get Mary to help her. And Mary says, you know what? She says, I've been the butt of his jokes for all these years, but I'll be damned if I've got to be his dummy. We all love you, Mary. God knows, and you just keep on being you. Thank you.
Before we introduce our next guest, I have a poem here that I had found. I don't know who the author of this one is either, but this is for you. It says, when things go wrong, as they usually will, and your daily road seems all uphill, when funds are low and debts are high, when you try to smile but can only cry, and you really feel you'd like to quit, don't come to me, because I don't give a shit. But, did I miss anybody else here? My nephew Anthony, you'd like to come up here?
I will.
Okay, this is my nephew Anthony's, my brother Bill's son. That's something my brother named his first son after me, and I named my first son after my brother. So, this is Anthony.
Just a couple things. Marco asked me to make some comments, and I really couldn't think of any because I figured, well, I had a pretty normal life. But then I started thinking about it. Things when I married really weren't pretty normal. I was probably 5 or 6 when they got married. I asked my father, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with Aunt Mary because her stomach was always swelled up. She told me they had bad water. For about 10 years after that, I was always thirsty when I went over their house because I wouldn't drink their was married for 3 years before I had any children. I'd get ready to go to bed. I kept giving my wife a glass of water. It wasn't working. But one other thing, too, I remember. I got in an argument in grade school. First time I took a biology test. I missed a question. It was the gestation period of a woman. And the answer I put down was 5 years. I told the teacher my aunt was pregnant for 5 years. But in seriousness, one thing I do remember about my aunt, there's only 2 people I know that never age. One's Dick Clark from American Bandstand.
Oh, yes.
And the other one's Aunt Marilyn.
Yes.
She always looked the same my whole life. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Anthony, for your comments. Before I introduce our next guest, I got to tell you a story that happened to me and my wife. I'm driving a car one day, and I was taking her somewhere shopping or something. And I hear a siren. I look in the mirror and I see the cops pull me over to the side of the road. He says, I said, "What's the problem, officer?" He says, "You were doing 55 mile an hour in a 25 mile zone." I said, "No, I wasn't. I was doing 25. And my wife says, "What do you lie to the man for? You were doing 55 and I told you to slow down because the radar's up there. Now he got you for doing 55 mile an hour." So then he tells me, he says, "When I stopped you, was your seatbelt fastened?" And I said, "Yeah." And my wife says, "No, it wasn't. Every doggone time we go out and I tell you to fasten your seatbelt, you say, no, you don't want to fasten your seatbelt." I looked over at her and I said, "Why don't you keep your goddamn mouth shut?" So the cops tells her, "Does he always talk to you in that manner?" She says, "Only when he's been drinking." I've got my grandchildren here, and they all want to come up here and say a few words about their nana. So, come on, why don't you all come up here? And no, not you, Dominic, because you swear. Okay. All right, get back here. And this is Bill's oldest daughter, Nicolette.
We don't see each other as much as we should, but whenever something's wrong with me, she's always there for me. She was the first person down at the clinic when I was sick, and I love her. I'm Elisa. I'm Phil's next oldest daughter. I also don't see you as much as I should, and as much as I would like to, and I don't know you as well as you should know each other. But I know that whenever I need you, you're there, and that I know that you love me as much as I love you. So happy birthday.
That's Tony's mic stand.
Hi, Christina.
Don't be shy.
All right, just
Don't be shy.
Just go.
Don't be shy.
Okay, Nana, we came over yesterday. It was Friday the 13th, and you're most unluckiest day, and you got us. You took us out to Hong Kong buffet, and then on the way home, that was good. Of all those Chinese food. Making us laugh the whole way home when you were in the back seat. I was in the front seat. I was looking back at you. You were laughing so hard. And whenever I looked at you, you were snoring. You were crying. I was looking at you. You're the one that made me laugh. And then this morning, early this morning. early this morning.
Were you upset this morning?
Yes, I was upset.
Why?
Grandpa took Dominic out to McDonald's and not me. And then I said to Nana, I went over and I went in my brother's bedroom,
the blue bedroom. And I went up there and I looked at Dominic, the sheets were unrolled. And then I tiptoed into my Nana's room. She was there. She had all of her hair messed up. She had no glasses on. I go, Nana. I said, where's Dom? She goes, she went to McDonald's. And I go, why not me? And she goes, because you weren't up. You're too busy babysitting. I go, I have no such thing as babysitting. Just sleep. And then I was all upset. I marched downstairs. I called my mom and I said, I want to go home. And I was crying. I want to go home. And then Dominic came back, and I pitched the fit.
Well, you did the right thing, honey.
And then Dominic came back, and then Grandpa was teasing me, and then I slapped him in the face. And then he went to the bathroom, he was crying. And then he broke my toothbrush, and that made me even more. And then you know that thing that you tie around for your bathrobe, that bathrobe? Well, we were ditching you. You're trying to get it from us. Remember we were running all over the place? And then you were swearing at us.
Wrap it up, Chris. Wrap it up before we get any further.
Getting mad. And then
Can you tell?
we went to that one license plate, sticker place, and that lady told me I had big eyes, big beautiful eyes. And then we got into the car, and then you were laughing. I go, what are you laughing for? And she goes, I just feel so bad for your mom. And I go, how come? And then you go, because you're always so bad. Remember this morning you were snorting, laughing, you walked the other side to the other. And then you walked to the other side to get in, and then I stopped and go, see? Then we went home.
Okay.
Fortunately. And that was this morning.
Thank you, Perry. Chrissy. This is Anthony's little girl, Carly.
She ain't so little no more, though.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm Tony and Sandy's oldest daughter. And I remember how Nana used to make all this Italian food, the best Italian food I ever had. And how she always used to make those crafts for us and always gave us sweaters, and she gave us the best Christmas gifts. I remember one time I got roller skates and I opened them up a week before Christmas. I never told you, but it's on now. They were so cool. And I just wanted to say happy birthday and I love you.
Thank you, Carly. Anthony, this is Anthony Filippi. He's Peter's little boy. He's the one that my son Anthony was telling you the story about.
It wasn't about him.
Yes, it
It's okay. Well, when I was little, and I was running around in the dining room, and she didn't like it. She took out the broom. I got switched.
Mom's here.
As I got older, I slept over there more. We used to watch the Indian games, and whenever the other team got a hit, start swearing. And
That's it. And this is Dominic. This is Rosalie's youngest boy. This is Christina's brother.
unfortunately, when I started over Nana's house, who slept in, and that's all.
He had me worried, he's first. Did I miss anybody? Is there anybody that would like to come up and say something? No, you already said what you had to
And
say.
cake is served.
Cake is served.
And cake is served.
Oh, in a minute. Before I close, I just want to, I have another nursery rhyme here that I want to
Let me see if this camera's still running, bro.
give this to my wife. Don't complain if you're getting a little older. Don't complain if you're getting a little fatter. Don't complain if you're getting a little slower. Don't complain if I'm getting a little more vulgar. At least you're getting a little. All right. What I think we're going to do now is we're going to cut the cake, and then after we cut the cake, excuse me, what's it? Thanks, Sam. Sam's always been my mentor, and told me to ask my wife if she would like to come up and just say a few words.
You gotta make a comment.
Just a comment. Come on. I'll be here with you.
Thank you, everybody, and I love everybody.
Oh, well. I don't want to get up and say nothing. She don't want to say nothing.
Okay, while they're getting ready to cut the cake, Chrissy wants to say one more thing.
Oh, no.
Okay. You know, this girl, she would say 2 words. I asked her earlier. We gotta watch her. She pulled this sucker off one day.
Nana, remember those crafts you made for me? And I always used to come over and I go, can we make some crafts? And the last time I came over, I made that little angel thingy. And then when my mom and dad went to Las Vegas about the day next, took a magic marker and scribbled all over the face. Don't you remember that? No. No. Yeah, and then Bruno came in to save the day. My gosh. Yeah, he did fight him.
Okay, Chris, tell them now you love her.
And then one of the shirts that we made, the one that had the dog on it, the one that had the dog on it, that had the picture on Father's Day, that had the dog on it. And then you came over and you gave it to me. And here was all his teeth. I got it. I love you.
Thank you, Chrissy. Okay. Who's got a poem?
Yeah, we do. Okay, no contact. Later.
Don't do it. Come over here,
Okay, without further ado, we're gonna have our musicians come back and start entertaining us. And meanwhile, they're gonna come in and cut the cake. So, on behalf of my wife, my family, we love you all, and we're glad everybody was here to make this. Thank you very much. God bless all of you guys.
Dad.
Nikki, you like me? On different lights.
Okay,
I don't know how to shut it off. How do you shut it off?
I don't remember. Oh, right here.
You didn't even get a focus.
They don't have to focus.
we don't have
Okay, wait, okay?
Go up. Okay, turn around.
Smells like something. Well, it's a camera. Never mind. Thank you.
All right, a little bit of That was one of the first ones we ever did on polka varieties. Here's another one we did. Pepino Zulu Gel. Come out, sister. Hang on.
Mom taught us, not the matriarch Nana over there taught us que sera when we were very, very little, by the way. The Nana, the real Nana. Yes.
You even forgot to keep.
Yeah, she did.
Rehearsals are over. Kind of a sound.
If you know, oh, you little mom, so won't you go away? Go find yourself another
Here's another. This is another favorite, La Piccinina. This was another one we did on the air. The girls introduced it. A minor. We had to rehearse. We forgot our keys.
Last one, TikTok polka will do.
Girls, come on, watch me. There should be one more.
We'll throw one in, okay?
Thank you.
marionettes, as we used to call them. We're going to do one or two more. My son-in-law, wonderful son-in-law, Anthony, is going to join us. And then we're going to get back to this great band here. Who is this singer? Who is this singer? Yeah, and a wonderful singer, Ronnie. Very good. If we had an extra drums here, we would have Sam play the drums. Sam worked a long time with my brother Nard. May he rest in peace.
Sam, you wanted to sing, didn't Let's see. Yeah, you did that already. Oh, we did that. Tried to. Wait. Squares. Still working? Still working? What's those squares? Let's walk in the wall. Let's look at the trip on the way.
Did I go potty?
Be all right.
Chrissy, she's got a diaper
Don't step on your wire.
Excuse me. We're going to jazz one up. What do we call it? Night train. I don't remember it. I taught it to Anthony here. I think I need the music.
want to do your song?
Yeah, okay, some dad stuff.
And my son-in-law, Anthony, is going to do a few things himself.
Let me get this mic. Until I get this mic in my seat. I'm going to do a medley of some rock songs. I'm going to do old-time rock and roll. That's what when you get old, man. All right, that's good. Okay. Can you hear me? Just take those old records and let me listen to them all by myself. Everybody ain't got to see it. They get all time. I'm getting older. I'm trying to take me to a day. You'll never get me home. 10 minutes later, I'll be heading out that door. Play me home. I'm getting like that old time. That better music just sold my soul. I never miss about a day. Baby, you're I'm here. You get alright? You ain't nothing but a hound. I had all the time.
restaurants tonight. We're gonna do one more, okay, before we cut out. Oh, and then we have a wonderful act coming up. One more. We'd like everybody to hold up their glass of whiskey, or glass of water, whatever they have. Please, if you will. If you know the words, sing along with me, okay? We tried to get the Pavarotti tonight. You have to kind of sweat it out with us.
Nice seeing you guys.
They're complimenting each other. Don't let it go to your head. Okay. We have a special announcement by a beautiful lady here. This is the last call. The bar is going to open. If anybody wants their water, the bar is open for the last time. Okay?
Hey, you guys want to pick one? You got one of those?
This is one of Dean Martin's numbers. If you know the words, sing along with us. It's your mom, like a big pizza mom, that's a boy. Welcome, sings the shop, like you have, come and find the land some more. Bells will work, hang up, you don't stand me. Hearts will send me, take me, I glass of water, and we'll be right back. Don't go there. Remember, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's another day. Just enjoy this beautiful night, especially for my beloved daughter, Mary Lee. Mary's my two daughters here. Mary Lee, where are you at?